In order to do that, I was looking it up as he was talking about it. They would still need to shed about another $50 million in salary, 52-ish million. McCone, could they do it?
It would be really hard. You're talking about Simons, Niang, Hauser, all out the door. And maybe even a little more.
Could they get there? And so I think it would be hard to get there. So I'm not sure they are going to go for the hard reset, get rid of the repeaters tax.
Right. He did mention the word retool, which kind of perked me up too. But like that goes in with the whole Tatum thing that he's talking about. And like you and I said the same thing. If Tatum getting out of that boot is
well, we're going to get there.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to get there. But I'm talking about the money.
I just think if you have a core of Tatum, Brown, and White, it's going to be really hard to field other pieces around those big three.
Right.
And get under that.
The more you think about it, it's the way he said it makes it sound like he doesn't know if they can actually get there.
But I would read into...
But are they going to try?
Right.
It would be my question. And if they are comfortable going into the season, as he said they were, with what they have, is that enough? Right?
I think it's not, because I think he gave it away when he talked about when we gave offers to Kornet and Al, and he kind of smiled, like knowing like it wasn't even close. That meaning, yeah, they're not coming back. We're not in the same ballpark. Like that, like almost like the offers were insulting to them. You know, and this chip on the shoulder thing too. Like Jalen hasn't had that chip on the shoulder in a while. Peyton's never had it. You know, Peyton Pritchard. They're gonna find like you're gambling on, having a pissed off club because everybody's counting you out. Or not giving you the accolades that this team has deserved over the course of, say, the last 4 years, so to speak. So it's like that's how he's trying to rebuild it, retool it. And he's like, we're looking for guys with upside, and it's sort of finding that Derek White type guy again, right? Like when he traded for Derek White, like not a lot of people knew about Derek White. But Jesus, look at the type of player White's turned in for this team and what he means to the team. Like he's got to find another one of those type guys in this. And, guys that have played on good teams, good organizations, but haven't had the ability to go out and score and play. Like he likes some of these guys that rebound. He mentions, the summer league stuff, some experiment with some different things. What does that mean? Is it different offensive sets? Is it a different philosophy? Just all of it. I think it's fantastic that they have some people get pissed at it, like the timeline for Tatum. Because they're like, well, what if he does come back at the end of that is possible. He may come back at the end of next year. He might be back for the playoffs. But I think there's two edges to this. It can be dangerous both ways when you timeline it. When you timeline it, it puts a lot of pressure on the athlete to get back, and he's pushing. And he can end up hurting it. But it's also when you put the timeline on like Indiana has and said he's completely out for next year, it takes your foot off the gas as a player. Two, as a rehab standpoint, like, man, they're not expecting me back anytime, so I'm going to take my time and rehab this thing. It feels like they're getting after it pretty good, both guys. With Brown being in the gym, shooting around, Tatum moving around on the boot. We've seen the social media stuff in the pool, doing the sit-ups, doing the weight work. I think both these guys are going to attack it like crazy. I do. But not timelining that Tatum thing, I think, is critical.
Well, the repeater thing, the money thing that we've been told that they're going to have this hard reset of 2 years, the thing that McCone, you've been rooting for over there.
Yeah.
They're not going to get there, are they?
I don't think they can without basically stripping your roster.
So what are you guys talking about?
That's what McCone talking about, no?
No, you Celtics people that are about this getting under that luxury tax. Tell me how they're going to do that and what that team looks like and how they get rid of the remaining salaries that they want to get rid of. And if they're okay going into it with the team they have now, and you don't love that team, none of us do.
No.
Well, because the draft is so strong.
How much worse is that going to look if they have to shed those salaries to get to that point?
Well, see, Beetle, you got to be a hoop.
How much worse of a team are they going to be? They're going to be dreadful.
Yeah.
So I don't think they want to go there. So I think it's bogus.
I don't think he wants to
I think this hard reset idea is not actually coming to fruition.
I don't think
after
Brad
listening to Brad Stevens.
So he had a couple lines in there, though, and he talked about it was like the third to last question, I think, and someone asked him about Tatum and Brown. And he said, my job the whole time is maximizing around those guys.
Which means 26, 27 can't be some year that they just decide to take off.
Yeah. But it also means that next year, he's not going to go all in on next year. He's not going to build a roster to try to be competitive in the Eastern Conference next year. That's not what's going to happen.
He knows better than that. Because with Brown, and Brown being his peak game, and the challenge that he's going to get this year. And, White stepping it up, Pritchard stepping it up, keeping, those guys that you don't want to get rid of, so you get under that second thing and the repeater tax and all that. You don't want that. He doesn't want that. I think he knows that we got a team that can get in the playoffs, be competitive, coach their ass up, play hard, give guys an opportunity that maybe haven't had opportunities elsewhere, and let's find a way to go win and make some noise. That should be their goal next year. Not win the whole thing. I have no expectation of them win anything next year. But I'd love to see them get in there and make some noise. You sit there and you watch those teams play, those final teams. You don't think you could beat them or play with them? Come on. This dude's smarter than that. He's not cashing it in next year. There'll be people that say, well, yeah, he's going to cash it in because we want Tatum back at full go, and we're not going to timeline it. That means people will take that as just pushing away the year because you don't have Tatum. We're just waiting for Tatum to come back, super Tatum, all 100% of them.
The thing that they said that was Red Sox-esque was, it's like Chris Sale coming back after the trade deadline. Our biggest acquisition is going to be getting Tatum out of the boot.
Yeah. Football, getting a guy off pup.
We're not beating that. Yeah. Oh, come on.
Don't sell. Yeah, give me the 6-week pup thing. Oh, that's an injection right in your arm right there. Is that a free agent coming out?
The best thing that will happen for us is a guy getting healthy. That to me was reminiscent of things the Red Sox would say over the years from when they didn't do deals at the deadline. Yeah. This is why we're not doing deals in the offseason.
Chris Sale would be the best pitcher on the market right now.
Right, yeah, of course. Except he's already on your roster, so that doesn't count.
The flexibility part, too. He keeps bringing up the flexibility. We still have our picks except the 29 first rounder, and we got a bunch of seconds, and we still have that flexibility. Get something done. Make some moves.
So this is what I want to take away from this, and that is the getting out of the repeater tax, getting under the luxury tax, which is $154 and change. Is that just nerds nerding out? Is that all that is? You nerds just nerding out
I'm so confused by it.
On your flexibility and then you maximize it in a couple of years. Is that what that is? It sounds to me like they might just be a team that says we hate the second apron, we hate the idea of that, but we're going to have to live in the repeater because we know that we have two superstars that cost a boatload of money.
And if you were going to do that, wouldn't it just be a lot easier to cash in the Derek White chip this offseason?
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Aren't you more proactive with that?
Right.
At the height of his, first of all, in terms of what you're going to get back in return, he's at the height of his powers. And then on top of it, too, it makes your life a lot easier. Keeping him around and then still trying to be under it doesn't make a ton of sense.
But he also knows Derek White gives you a chance next year. Derek White allows us to be relevant next year. Putting him with Brown, putting him with Pritchard, putting him with House, getting these guys going, getting the opportunity. I thought the second half of that press conference was really good. Got some good answers there.
I did not love his answer about the center position for this team. I basically saying we're going to find out how it goes. We're going to see. It's a wait and see attitude at center on this team.
So those other guys are good rebounders, huh? I'm going to count on that.
I think the Celtics thought they were going to get a hometown discount from either Horford or Kornet, by the way. That clearly did not happen.
It felt like they were shocked by the response. I think his reaction here to that, we made offers to both players. We weren't close.
Yeah.
That's a reality check right there. What's Horford doing, too, by the way? What do you not know by now?
I wouldn't be stunned if it's retirement, right? At this point?
To me, it's like it's got to be like families. Hey, it's enough, man.
Yeah. We don't want to move across the country to Golden State.
Come on, honey. It's another $8 million, man. Like, we're good. We got $280 in the bank.
Yeah. We did not talk about what Brad Stevens said about Joe Mazzulla and his status. We can get to that. Also, what he said about Anthony Simons. Sounds like a guy who he wants to keep here. Again, that kind of factors into my thinking about
they're not.
I don't know. I feel less about
hated playing against him.
I feel like what he said about Simons was important because they think he's not at his ceiling yet. They think he could be a lot better than what he currently is.